because this is the first time we've been in this situation where we could say, like, all we got to do is do our part and nothing else matters. So we're going to take the bull by the horns and go give it our best.
Give it their best is exactly what Roma did this past week, playing a game against Mercedes at La Jolla. Mercedes had been on a 9-game win streak, but that didn't stop Roma quarterback R.J. Garza following the big guys, finding a seam, taking it 33 yards for the touchdown, made it 14-7. Now Mercedes came right back, presses to Roel Garcia. This one was in doubt. It's 21-7 Mercedes, but then the Roma defense, the tops in the valley, takes over. They keep the Tigers off the scoreboard the rest of the way. R.J. Garza to Aldo Ramirez in the corner of the end zone here. It goes to overtime, and there Roma comes through, wins 28-21, the first playoff victory in program history. Joe, it's amazing. Not only get to the playoffs for the very first time, they win there as well over a team that was definitely favored to win.
And won with what? Defense. There it is. As soon as they tied the game, I was talking to some guys on the sideline of the game I was at, and I said, look out, Mercedes, you're in trouble because now you got to score against the defense, and you're not having the luxury of points ahead. You're tied, and now you have to score. And when you have to score against a good defense, a lot of times you don't.
Records get thrown out the window in the playoffs. Nothing for Mercedes to really hang their head about in this one. They had a great season, and they just came up against a team that was red hot.
Yeah, Clay, and we were talking before we came out that these two teams used to play each other in the same district years ago, and there's a lot of history involved with big games on the line. The winner go to the playoffs, the winner stays home. I think Roma felt pretty good going into this game, knowing that they've had little history before and they've played very, very close games. And I think they came in confident and they didn't panic when they fell behind 21-7, being that it was their first time in the playoffs. So a lot of credit has to go to their coaching staff and the players.
Yeah, meanwhile, Sherryland, they're no stranger to the playoffs. They're probably the most playoff-ready team we've seen. These guys have been preparing for the playoffs all year long, and they just kept on getting better against Ed Couch-Elsa, using the offensive weapons to the utmost. Lance Madden over the top to a streaking Seth Carter for the 51-yard score. That made it 7-0 early. More from Madden. Here he finds James Cole over the middle, and Cole makes everyone miss. 45 yards later, he's into the promised land. Sherryland wins 29-0. That sets up a meeting with Corpus Christi Cal Allen Friday at A&M Kingsville.
Cal Allen is they're a football factory. They lost 3 district games, but come playoff time, they just seem to kick it in another gear. Those boys in that program are used to playing in November into December. So, we got our work cut out for us, but we're just looking to represent 31-5A in the Valley, and we're going to give it our best shot.
Joe, let's keep the theme going. Sherryland gets it done with
defense, folks, and it was good, and it was not a fluke. They went after a 1-year out Ed Couch-Elsa team. We'll say that again. They're coming. But right now, defense, Sherryland, you got special teams. They got offense. And now if they got defense, I like a chance against Cal Allen.
Yeah, I have to like their chances against Cal Allen, too. What about this Ed Couch-Elsa team? How good are they going to be next year with a year under Marco Aguinaga's belt?
Well, we don't really like to use the term rebuilding, but, the Jackets did lose a lot of players from last year's team. But, for them to still come in second place or third place in district and make the playoffs, they just came into a game against a tough Sherryland team that just were that much more stronger. That quarterback, I think, is going to be something special to watch for the next couple of years. And I think their defense will come back and rebuild and come back and have a strong year next year.
They'll be better off for having played this game, Sherryland against Cal Allen. That's going to be a huge game Friday night in Kingsville. The winner of that game will take on the winner between Cedar Park and Bernie Champion. Roma, Gregory Portland. Gregory Portland's got a tough team. They've got a Wildcat quarterback named Eric White who rushed for 174 yards and 4 touchdowns this past week. And their running back went for 143 on his own. That's going to be way tough for Roma, but the winner between that game goes against Georgetown Eastview and Kerrville Tivey's winner. We are coming right back on Sunday Sports Extra. Going to talk a little more 6A. Going to talk Weslaco and Harlingen. Not many points scored in this one. Plus, we'll talk about the Falcons. Man, are they flying high, looking even better. It's all next.